Whoa, I'm a superstar now. What's up, Gaming with Plays? SMK Limited 1. Welcome to the SMK. Hey, let's be real for a moment. If and when we get to that phase where I can start streaming, which, by the way, I've got all set up effectively, which I mean is I can work out all the technical crap now. Except for the design. That you probably have to help me with. There's just a preface. Whatever. This is Donut Plains. Again. This track is horrible. Look at it. Looks like I'm traveling in someone's intestines. That's not the problem here. The problem here is all these turns. I can't just do these fantastical turns on everything. I get slowed down too much. Look at that. At least it's different enough. So, alright. Accepted, but only begrudgingly and reluctantly. It makes up for this last part, which is a lot of straight lineage. Great for mushrooms. Obviously, a feather, again, would break this track. Really great, realize. So, like, if you just went through the start and then you just jumped up to the top left, if you're looking at the map right there. Yeah, you'd skip all that nonsense and be out of there. And then the AI would go fucking nuclear, but that'd be fun to watch. Oh yeah, huh? So I see Monty moles that are positioned, but they're not associated with any hole in the ground. So I guess it's just leftover sprite data that couldn't be deleted, but was instead moved aside so that no one would ever touch it. But I guess Monty moles are supposed to show up in this track, and have not. Doesn't affect the gameplay none. It's just weird seeing artifacts like that, combined with last video where I was seeing Ghost Valley's sprite artifacting. Again, not sure what was happening there. This is a long one. I wonder if this is the longest track so far. It might be. Always choosing Mario. Why you always gotta choose the Mario? Because he is the Mario. He is the Ryu. He is the everyday, ordinary, everyman plumber man who has no outstanding stats whatsoever. At least when you play a game like a Sonic party game, you can say Sonic always has the speed stat and is never all around. Instead, the all around stats is usually given to Knuckles, of all things. Which makes me want to play as Knuckles when I'm in a game like that. It's not a bad choice. I mean, it does have the gliding usually. So, yeah. My advice when you're playing a Sonic Party-like game, play as Knuckles. That usually works out. Even though he could also be a power type, too. I think that depends. In which case, that would make the balanced ones more like whatever they use, like, what? Like Blaze the Cat, maybe? I don't really know. It's interesting, because that only changed after Knuckles' status from all around to power, I think, changed after Sonic Heroes came around. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to talk about lore, I want to talk about the trends in game design. Over the years, ludological history narrative. Wow. This guy thinks he can catch up to me, he's got another thing coming. I just love having the most annoying thing in the world is having this dude constantly on my ass. Every waking moment of every day, Mario has to live with this. He gets out of bed, Donkey Kong Jr. is there right behind him, dropping banana peels under his pillows to be a polite guest. You'll also notice I never use the X button, which is to show the rear view mirror, even though that happens automatically when someone's about to throw something at you. But good when you're trying to aim shit behind you, but you're not going to see me use it ever, really. Don't need to. I feel like there's certain things I do that you can do that I don't do that would probably make the experience at least different enough to justify other people playing it. That's what we want. Different strokes for different folks. Okay, a Bowser Castle level that's not pathetic. Has the thwomps. This feels like more appropriate to Bowser's Castle 1. The other one felt like what would be like Bowser Castle -1, which is like barely registering the difficulty. This one, while still easy, registers in my mind what I expect a typical Bowser Castle track at Super Mario Kart to look like. You know, we got these jumps, possibility of falling in lava, and thwomps, and some turnage. That sounds about right. Again, still easy, but not as easy. I think if I do the later SMK limited stuff arenas, like with F-Zero stages, made by the same guy, that I think the difficulty will... I think it gradually gets harder and harder as you keep going up, or maybe it just... the difficulty varies, it still goes from easy to hard no matter where you start from, which is ideal. You always want your easiest stuff first, no matter how far in the game you are, but I think some people, when they make sequels of stuff, make their sequels harder than the original, which I can understand that too. Because the sequels are probably more popular to the ones who played the original, which means they'd be familiar with the mechanics and you'd make the sequels harder. Yeah, I get that entirely. Like, doing that, although in some cases it happens in reverse. The later games get easier. Looking at you, Mega Man, and possibly Ninja Gaiden. Because I haven't played Ninja Gaiden all that much, or rather, I haven't played the Ninja Gaiden sequels all that much. Yeah, I've given the Ninja Gaiden 1 a few swings. I got stuck at that one part where if you fail at this one part of the level, it just sends you back like a ways. I'm just like, nope, I ain't having that shit. So I stopped. Like, it was beyond restarting the level. It was like going way, way back. It's crazy go nuts. Nutsiversity. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. No one would believe it. Disregard my imperfect positioning. I don't care. I still win. Spoiler alert. Alright, somehow this Vanilla Lake might be easier than the other one, because I don't have the possibility of landing into the drink. However, I'm just going to quickly gloss over what's happening to see if there's still ice blocks. So let's see that. We get a lot of items. That's nice. Alright, we still have some pipes. That's a plus. I do not think there's any ice blocks on this track. Okay, so the second Vanilla Lake track is easier than the first one, in my opinion. So, okay. You know, you do you, man. As you do. What was the logic upon making it Vanilla Lake as opposed to having it being Vanilla Dome, like, anyway? Like, why did it take until later for Mario Kart to have cavern tracks? I think there's a very simple answer for this, and it's simply because how the skybox works in this game. It didn't seem like appropriate for Nintendo to be like, yeah, let's go inside stuff. But then how do you explain Bowser's Castle? Ooh, debunked. I just debunked it. Take that. I'm a debunker now. Let's debunk the world. Question all that you see around you. Also, this music is so different. Actually, a lot of the Mario Kart music is just unique to it, and the Super Nintendo version in particular. While the rest of it sounds like each other, maybe. I don't know. That Game Boy Advance one's pretty good. I'm still leaning towards possibly doing it someday. Or just Game Boy Advances in general. You know what else I was looking into? I think I'm going to do some PlayStation 1 content. I was just working that out, and yeah, I got it. I got it good. The only thing that's weird about playing PlayStation 1 content is, well, not that you have to set it to, like, make sure you're using a DualShock controller depending on the game, is it does these things with the graphics where they're kind of warbling. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, hey, a Rainbow Road track. Too soon, man, too soon! Doesn't look too bad. But no, the PlayStation 1 textures tend to warble. I think maybe Sega Saturn stuff does that too, I'm not sure, but N64 never did that, despite the fact usually there's a lot more data put into a PlayStation 1 game, and often multiple tracks for some of these games, or multiple discs for some of these games, which is incredible. I'm not even sure I'm going to approach a multiple disc thing, but those tend to be RPGs anyway. I'm sure I can do it, it's just, you know, I'd have to test it, and that would be a lot of testing just to make sure you can change from one disc to the next, which means I'd have to get some key save datas from people. You know, when do I change disc? When does Luigi become the exalted one? We'll never know. Oh yeah, if you're wondering where the coins are hiding, they're in the yellow squares. Yep. That could be annoying. Yeah, I don't know. We just have a random rainbow. We just have a Rainbow Road just showing up. It's not exactly the hardest Rainbow Road, and I know there's a second Rainbow Road happening, which more than qualifies for being more Rainbow Road-like. But here's an easier Rainbow Road for all you new to Rainbow Roads. Yeah. Kind of looks like Rainbow Madagascar or something. Or maybe it's Rainbow Africa. Rainbow Africa sounds like a good album name. Let's go with this. Rainbow Africa. I guess it would have Rainbow Earth, Wind, and Fire. Rainbow Europe. Okay. Just have bands named after continents. I don't mind. Alright. This is the final track of Star Cup, and it's Choco Island. It looks like a cursor pointing at the top left there. What is it pointing at? It's trying to get out of this. It's trying to... Maybe it's trying to minimize. If you can catalyze, you'll minimize. You can analyze and aggressivize the possibilities. You ain't never had a racer like me. Never racer like me. Never had a gamer like me in your corner. Chocolicious. This track is not that bad again? Huh. I mean, we have piranha plants, but they're not really in the way. And we don't have those little jump things that I like. And we don't really have mud. I feel like at this point in the game, I should be getting weird obstacles like that, but alright. There's some opportunities for feather shortcuts, but they're not as special as some of the other tracks. It's just more like you're jumping corners, mostly. I guess except for that big part in the middle there, where if you jump from like one side of the cursor to the other before hitting the actual stem bit. That would probably be the big shortcut if you have a feather. I feel like all this is just going to be analyzing the track, much like it'd be a sports analyst. That's probably how I feel playing this. Like, it's just every new track set is just me doing another Sudoku. Which reminds me, don't ask me to do like Blue Sphere, okay? That has more levels than that can be done in my lifetime, or perhaps a few people's lifetimes. So don't ask me. Several lifetimes, in fact. Never happening. But if for some reason we could do that, you know what we could do? Just hire one person in the world to do each of those levels. We'd get it done in a jiffy. But then you'd have to spend all that time watching it, and you would never have that kind of time. So why you even need the reference, considering you could never beat it, realistically, makes the whole exercise futile. Reminds me of all the Populous generations of the Sega Master System. When there's really only supposed to be so many, but it just keeps going, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Oh, right, Mario Kart. We're done with Star Cup. See you next time, because I just unlocked the Special Cup, and it's going to be especially annoying. Nah, it's cool. See you next time.